What's going on? So I see they tried to get Tank Davis with the Glovegate. They everybody was all investigating Tank Davis's gloves because they had no insignia or no logos on them, but they was winning gloves. But fans tried to get Tank Davis with the Glovegate, tried to deflect from the real problem. Tank Davis debunked it immediately. So wait till some people get in here. Still waiting on a response from Tyson Fury. Where are you at, Wilder? And all that. Wilder came back. Now where you at? What you go do? I'm hearing that he's supposed to fight some guy named the Agit guy. Agit, I forgot his name. I don't. They always fight these dudes with these names. Agit and Safari and She-Fat. Like, I don't know. But he has yet to respond. Let me check it out. He has yet to respond to these accusations against him. He has yet to respond. Yeah, I'm just waiting on my guys to come on in. Give me 1 second. Because we about to cook on this. We cooking on this today. Yeah, they ducking me today. Let me go ahead and get them up in here. Go ahead and get them up in here.
What's good?
What's up, man?
Not much, man. What's the topic for today?
Well, the topic for the day is where is Tyson Fury response and Tank Davis Glovegate debunked.
All right,
That's the
which one you
topic.
want to start with?
We're gonna start with Tank Davis since it got debunked already.
um, I feel like it was a lot of fans, primarily of Mexican descent,
Mm.
that either hardcore Leo Santa Cruz fans or don't like Tank at all. They wanted to find some way to put an asterisk next to the victory. At the end of the day, if you did your homework, you know that there are multiple gloves that are approved by the commission.
Right.
It's like,
There's usually like
yeah,
three pairs or something like that.
three pairs, but it don't always have to be. It's like when they open up a pack, the fighter could like one glove from one pack and another glove from another pack. So they'll put those together. Like, yeah, it's a whole process. And there's actual video of Leo and Tank trying on the gloves
Mm-hmm.
and them signing the gloves that he ended up wearing. Just because he's hitting the pads in one moment and then he changes gloves, he may have not liked those gloves when he started hitting the pads with them, or he might have been looking for a different look.
Right.
Like it was reaching at its finest, show.
Mm-hmm. I think
And,
it was.
and then there was,
I think it was
well,
more
go
or
ahead.
less. I think it was more or less a deflection tactic. You know, to say, "Hey, look at Tank." You know, yeah, it really it was really ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not like Tank Davis isn't a guy with power. We all know Tank has the
Yeah.
explosive one punch knockout power. You know what I'm saying? So for them to even, just because he didn't have any logo on his gloves, for them to assume that he has some type of, like, come on, man.
And it was the guy Laylo's Boxing who is, if you go look at his page, it says, Laylo's Boxing, Canelo and King Rye. So that shit lets you know what type of time he's on. He's
Yeah,
a he's a,
man.
he's a big he's a big Mexican supporter,
Hmm.
and he's gonna ride hard. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, dudes, if winning gloves aren't like puncher's gloves.
Right, they're not.
They're gloves. Yeah, they're gloves for guys who have bad hands.
Hmm. Yeah, because I think the first pair they said he had was some Grant gloves.
Yeah,
And then, he didn't like them, so he switched to the winning gloves. And Leo approved it. The team approved it. So, it was no shady little camera issue. And you're exactly right, Alexander Hughes. The Javante Davis Glovegate is the cover over Deontay Wilder Glovegate. Exactly.
I agree. I agree.
That's all it is. Hold on, let me get my little homie up in here.
What's going on, boss?
Hey, what's going on, man?
It's
Shit,
good, bro.
not much. What's going on? Who's all in here?
It's my boy YSM, Sports Media. It's my boy Arthur Raheem.
Yep, the Art Man Boxing. Look, check this out. While we here, I don't know if y'all can see it.
I like that. Yeah,
Ooh,
I
wee.
like that. Man.
Yeah, it's a little messy. I just moved into the spot, so I'm trying to put this art together. I got a little shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
that's
said my
nice
paint's
work,
been
man.
400 years. It's hand drawn right there. I'm gonna keep this for a minute.
Mm.
I drew that in 2018. But anyway,
Alexander Hughes says they debunk it, then it make Deontay Wilder claims sound debunked without investing. Yeah,
The
man.
thing,
So let me ask Raheem real quick. What do you think about this Tank Davis glove situation? They tried to say Tank Davis gloves was funny.
Total distraction. Can you hear
Mm-hmm.
me?
Yeah, we hear you.
You can hear me? Oh, okay. I think that's a total distraction. That is, it's just throwing stuff in the air to make Wilder's situation seem minimal. Like, oh yeah, you see multiple people talking about cheating gloves. We can't believe none of it. You know, that's what I'm thinking. It's just too much in the air. It's like, come on, stop trying to throw some bull. Y'all, we all seen this man decapitate this. Damn near decapitate this man. You know, you ain't no faking that. Ain't no glove. What? Come on now. Tank's been doing. He has a record of, and that's the difference between Tank and Fury because Tank doesn't have a history of cheating or manipulating his gloves. Fury does, and that's a big difference. And people act like let's not talk about Fury because he's just clean, and he's not clean. He has a history
Right.
of this.
Mm-hmm.
But my bad for sidetracking. I'm just throwing that in there because it's just a big difference between Tank's situation and this Wilder Fury situation. It's uncomparable.
Yeah, the Tank situation already got debunked.
Okay,
He
but
came out. He came out and addressed it already. So
yeah.
he
not
said,
even
"I ain't
just
got to."
him.
So, but
He addressed
Why
it,
Fury hasn't done
and
that?
then Ellie actually put out a video of them trying on the gloves and the
Mm,
commission signing the gloves. So
mm. I guess it pays to have
Yeah.
those type of
So
guys in the locker room, then, huh?
It wasn't no camera funny business. Throwing the towel over it.
Yeah. Where is Tyson Fury is my question. You know what I'm saying? He was waiting for Wilder for months. Where are you at, Wilder? Where are you at, Wilder? Now all of a sudden we can't find Tyson Fury. Wilder came out. He accused you of something. He wants his third fight. Where you at? You know what I'm saying? Where you at? No social media. Shit. You know, none of that. He got to get his story together.
Well, he's preparing for the fight of his life against Caballero. Quality opponent.
Against who?
He was preparing for Agate, one of the best fighters we've never seen, bro. You know what I'm saying? This dude is, I mean, you wait till you see this guy, bro. He might beat Fury. This Agate, yeah. He might beat Fury, bro. This dude is great.
Man, I'm not trying to hear that. I'm not trying to hear that shit at all. I mean, hey, for real.
What happens to him?
He might have froze. But
yeah, are we going to get into this again, into this Wilder Fury thing? Because
yeah,
I may say something that people don't want to hear.
I mean, open floor, bro. Say what's on your mind. Say how you feel. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so
say how you feel.
All right, so let's start. We need to acknowledge just a couple of truths, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tyson Fury it's documented. Tyson Fury's foul play. It's documented. It's not a figment of our imagination. It's not a narrative that's been pushed. It is documented. Christian Hammer. We saw it. The thumb was cut. The thumb in the, I don't know if they call it the forefinger, but that little strap that holds them together on the glove is cut. So people say, "Oh, you might have worn off. Those gloves are fresh." Stop it. The gloves was cut, and then he tested hot? How many times? Once or twice?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then you have the sparring partner coming out of nowhere and talking about the gloves and the padding. You've had situations where farmers coming out of nowhere and saying, "Oh, they bribed me for the tainted boar meat." So that's not, those are all things that are documented, right?
Yeah.
Still, I blame Deontay Wilder and his team. Them as a collective. And the reason being is because we all knew Tyson Fury is a cheater. We all know Tyson Fury is a dirty fighter. So if the regular fan knows it, Deontay Wilder, world champion, and his training staff, who has a lot of experience, Mark Breland, everybody wants to talk about Mark Breland and experience. Okay, well, you should know that Tyson Fury is a dirty fighter. So you should be already game planning for that.
Right. Right.
So
well, go ahead.
While I'll agree, Tyson Fury is a dirty fighter. Do I think Tyson Fury is a cheater? Yep. Do I think Deontay Wilder's team didn't prepare for what was in front of them? Yep. Is Bernard Hopkins a dirty fighter? Yes. Everybody knowing, everybody know going into a fight with Bernard Hopkins, he's going to headbutt you, he's going to low blow you, elbows, forearms, all of that stuff. He's going to hold. You knew it, so you prepared for it. Otherwise, don't take the fight.
Blood, though.
Hmm?
He ain't going there to lick your blood like Tyson Fury.
Yeah, yeah, but if you don't let him make you bleed, that doesn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, but when you clawing people's ears when you got gloves on, you know what I'm saying? I mean, explain, how does that happen? How does somebody inner ear bleed from your boxing glove, bro?
I don't
That's
know.
True.
At first, I thought it was a busted eardrum.
Right,
but at the end of the day, did you see the Christian Hammer footage?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the footage from the first fight?
Yep.
So how doesn't a seasoned boxing coach
but check it out though.
pick up on that shit?
Check it out. Tyson Fury, he isn't like, it's not like for years everybody said, oh, he's a dirty fighter. He's a dirty fighter. Nobody was really saying that about Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? It's not like us fans was sitting here saying, oh yeah, he's a dirty fighter. Oh yeah, we gotta watch. He's a no, we wasn't really saying that. He was just a showboater. He's so good at, man, I gotta give him credit. He is so good that he was doing shit right in front of people and people really didn't even notice it. I mean, it's and only few guys were saying it back then, but nobody was hearing these guys.
I'm gonna say this, and then
but nobody was hearing them.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna pass it off to my man. All right, is it your job to scout Tyson Fury?
I would say so.
Is that your no? Is that in your job description? Does Deontay Wilder pay you to do that?
Oh no.
Does he pay me?
Nope.
He
Therefore,
don't pay me.
Us three aren't obligated to know that about Tyson Fury, but Team Wilder is.
Right.
So for that reason, I felt like all of them motherfuckers should have been fired. Every last one of them. But go ahead.
I mean, it's just that Wilder should have been prepared, but he's so like them Southerners, man. They really hospitable. They really, really nice people. Tyson Fury saw that as an easy lick, man.
That's
you know
true.
what I'm saying? He hit a lick on him. You know what I'm saying? He took
the
Wilder's
thing.
kindness for a weakness.
I feel like Wilder took Fury's kindness for a weakness too. Him being so trustworthy, like, oh yeah, he stepped up to the plate when other guys wasn't trying to step up to the plate. You know what I'm saying? So he already got the first lick in the first fight, so he like, yeah, Wilder was confident. He like, man, I'm gonna go in there an even fight. Not as even as the last fight, because I'm about to go in there on momentum off of a knockout, and I'm about to knock this dude out. He didn't think he was gonna go in there with a guy that was gonna hit him with an egg weight or something, allegedly across his head. Who would have thought that? So Wilder was just under the impression that, man, this guy, he already know what's up, so he about to go in there and lay down. But he did not think this guy was gonna go in there on that type of stuff. That's why he was laughing it off, talking about you putting your hand and dipping his hand in whatever he said, petroleum jelly or whatever.
All that was a distraction from what was really being cooked up behind the scenes.
You know
what I'm saying? It was just a big distraction from what they was really planning to do.
And Wilder didn't know. He thought it was gonna be even. He thought it was just sweet. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go in there and lay him down.
Whose fault is that,
round
bro?
12 or round 1.
He said Tyson Fury is the king. AJ versus Fury in 2021. Nah, Fury got some unfinished business.
This.
And
everybody
knows whack.
My thing is this: if Tyson Fury is the king, then why does he need to fight AJ? If he's the king, last time I checked, if you want to check the record, check the score. Anthony Joshua was the unified champion of the world. Respect that.
I can respect it. He lost and he came back and beat Ruiz. I can respect that.
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, but you got these guys like Mr. Jones, who's gonna deflect. Explain the gloves. AJ's a paper champion. AJ got them belts, man. Tyson Fury.
Who said AJ's a paper champion?
Mr. Jones, man, it's right here on the screen for you.
AJ's a paper champ? Really?
I wouldn't say he a paper champ. I mean, he did what he had to do to become champion. It's not his fault that he was able to get a promoter that's able to land him these opportunities quicker than the next man could. It's not his fault. You know what I'm saying? So he just did what he had to do. And I can't blame him on that. I can respect that. I ain't saying he ain't no Wilder or nothing like that or a heavy hitter or nothing. I'm just saying, like, he did respectfully get those belts. He just had a hell of an opportunity. So he's not a paper check.
I mean,
it's like being signed to a record label. You just dropped the single. You just signed to Cash Money Records, or that's a bad example. Or let's say you get signed to TDE Records or something, you know, and they put you in the front seat. You know, they give you all these opportunities to do songs with legends and stuff like that right away, like Kendrick did. You know, Kendrick hopped in the game and he was getting all these type of accolades early because of his connections. AJ, Eddie Hearn and Matchroom, they put him in the place. They put him right where he needed to be. He put him in that Charles Martin fight, which is tailor made for this dude. He put him in that Brazil fight, got him out there. I mean, whatever. He got him in multiple championship fights with dudes for like vacant belts and shit, knowing that he was gonna beat these dudes. Some of these dudes was coming into the fight scared, just looking at Anthony Joshua, him looking all bollock and shit. These dudes was folding. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He's a
yeah,
champion.
he was still knocking them dudes out too.
Hell yeah, he was knocking them out.
Like he's
He knocked
smart.
out
He's smart dealing White.
Charles.
Fury's the lineal champion. He never lost them belts in the ring. All right, he never lost them belts in the ring. You are 100% correct, but you stopped being a lineal champion when you retire. That's a fact. That's not conjecture. That's a fact.
Yep.
But him and Joshua, all these need to fight each other, Mr. Jones. I'm not anointing any of those guys. They all have to beat each other. We gotta see it.
I feel like AJ sitting back like, shit, I want to fight Fury because I know damn well he ain't gonna come to the fight with no gloves like that against me.
Right.
Ain't that right?
Honestly,
Eddie Hearn.
Honestly, bro, from what I hear, what's your name?
You talking to me?
Yeah, what's your name?
Call me Raheem, but I'm Artman Boxing.
All right, Artman Boxing. From what I hear, AJ knows that the people in camp, the people in the camp. What's the dude name that gave up the tape? The sparring partner?
Ben Davis.
His name.
No. No. That's the trainer, the sparring partner, whatever his name is. Nicholas Asbury.
Nicholas Asbury.
There were other UK fighters that are very aware of the situation with the gloves, and word is they passed that information off to AJ. So they said AJ's very aware of what Tyson Fury does with gloves.
I never heard that news, but if that's true, what you're saying, man, I feel like AJ do know too as well. You know,
off camera, I'll tell you exactly the fighter. He's a prominent name that passed the information off.
Okay. UK guy?
But he says
UK guy?
Fury schools Joshua.
Yeah, he's a UK guy. He's a matchroom guy and everything.
Woo!
Got a fight coming up.
Hey, now we saying that Fury scores Joshua. Honestly, all cheating tactics aside or whatever, AJ has a better style to beat Fury than Wilder does. You know what I'm saying? AJ's style is better suited for Fury. He ain't gonna be, and then he won't be able to have those tactics. He won't be able to hurt or move AJ like that.
To be honest, I feel like both can beat him. I feel like both fighters can beat Fury, AJ and Wilder.
Mm-hmm. He says Fury already answered the question.
I'm saying if it's an even fight, no funny glove. If it's, you can't even say Wilder Fury won because he had a questionable glove in that too. But let's just say,
I thought he beat Wilder in the first fight. Did you? How'd you score?
Well, I feel that Wilder, he was losing the fight for sure. You know what I'm saying? He was losing the fight, but that knockout was a knockout. You know what I'm saying? Any other fight we've seen, dudes was getting it waved off. You know what I'm saying? They got it waved off. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? All I need to see is Tyson Fury get his ass back in that ring with Wilder again in a fair, straight up fight this time. Because the spotlight go beyond him.
He don't want to do that.
Fury got height and reach. He got height and reach, but I mean,
now
is he going to be able to really bully Anthony Joshua around? You know what I'm saying?
Hell no. Hell no.
Is he going to be able to sabotage Anthony Joshua? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I went back and watched that Ruiz versus Joshua 2 fight. Joshua was putting it on Ruiz ass. He really could have knocked Ruiz ass out in that second fight. He was boxing
If you
really
want to
well.
compare the issue, you right.
He was on his toes, all that. Even though it was a lackluster performance, like you wanted to see him. I wouldn't say lackluster, like you wanted to see him knock him out though, on some vicious stuff. But that showed his boxing ability. Like he was hitting dudes with the 1-2 combination, jab straight, jab straight. That's what he was doing to Ruiz in the second fight. But the thing is, he didn't knock him out because he didn't follow up after throwing that 1-2. He was just throwing that 1-2 all night. If he would have came in there with a 1-2-3, he'd have had Ruiz out. But he was playing too scared. But I feel like he got his confidence back up. And if he go in there and knock out Pulev, his confidence gonna be really up.
He just better be careful against Pulev. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I
He
think
got
he
to be
gonna sleep
careful.
Pulev. He gonna
Think
sleep
so?
Pulev ass. Hell yeah.
He still got to be careful. You know what I'm saying? It's the heavyweight division. He's an older fighter. I think Pulev,
Yeah.
39? So, I mean, he's going to have to just be careful. You know what I'm saying? The heavyweights, they can last a little longer. You can't sleep on them. You know what I'm saying? That big man hit you in the face. AJ, we know he ain't got the sturdiest chin. So he got to be careful.
Hey, Cheeto, let me go. Adrian Broner then got arrested again. So
No, he didn't.
yeah. So I gotta hit y'all back, man.
Hey, what? He got
Yeah,
arrested
AB
again?
just got yeah. So if y'all still on, I hop back on, but I gotta go ahead and do this.
Okay.
Thanks for having me.
All right, man. Go ahead and like and subscribe my boy YSM Sports Media. Wow, AB got locked up again, man. That's crazy. I saw a post earlier. He was showing something, and then he said he got to go to court today. Something he said. So I guess he must have got locked up.
They probably
Oh, man,
that boy like a week.
AB just stays in trouble, man. Stays in trouble. He
I
can't
don't
get
know.
out of his own way.
I don't
Joshua is
know.
a bodybuilder. He said, "Who I got for Povetkin versus Whyte too?" I don't
Povetkin.
know, man.
I got
Yeah,
Povetkin.
I'm thinking I got Povetkin too because he gonna go into this fight with more confidence, and he gonna know he can knock out Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte chin, when you get your chin hit like that, it gets easier and easier, man. And he been put down viciously quite a few times already. So I think I got Povetkin winning that fight, man. I think Dillian Whyte might be done if he loses too. If he loses against Povetkin twice, it's pretty much a wrap, man. Because you can't lose to an old man twice, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's next for you if you can't even get past a guy like Povetkin right now, old Povetkin? Like, it's over for him, man. So I got Povetkin winning that fight. He says Joshua is a bodybuilder. Yeah, and Tyson Fury likes to play around with gloves and do underhanded tactics, man. What's your point? You know what I'm saying? What's your
But
point?
man, that's besides the fact, man. I feel like all this attention is going towards Wilder versus Fury 3, which is gonna happen. I don't know. I feel like this enough noise like this could fuck around and have a fight in January for these guys. It could produce a fight in February for these guys or
Well,
March.
Wilder said if the fight don't happen in December, he's taking Fury to court, and they're going to try to get it for February. You know what I'm saying? He's going to take Fury and everybody to court. You know what I'm saying? And he going to put out all that information. So all he really wants is the fight.
That's
But
what I'm saying.
if he got to go that route, then he will, because Fury needs to fulfill that obligation. You know what I'm saying? You can't just run away from this and go fight an adjunct, whoever. You can't just run away. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand how boxing fans let this guy, you know what I'm saying, after what Wilder done for him, you know what I'm saying, go off and run off and just, you know, that's dirty. You know what I'm saying? That shows you
You know
how
he's doing he's doing the Wilder. He's jipping him.
Yeah.
He jipped Wilder.
Yeah, man, he got gypped, man.
He jipped that seriously because it's like you're not honorable. You don't respect the contract. You don't. It's like, come on now. You see, the world is in a global pandemic. You don't want to take in consideration, like, yeah, maybe this guy really wants to fight me in the third time.
Bro,
So
you
maybe I
know
should
what
fight
it
him.
is. That fight with Wilder is hot. Okay? It's a dangerous fight. He knows that he can't really get rid of Wilder. They did all that to get rid of him. They still couldn't keep him down. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to go. And then not only that, getting in the ring with him is probably the scariest thing in the world. But just the allegations against him. He's going to have to answer for these gloves. And then if the third fight does happen, we're going to probably see a whole different fight. You know what I'm saying? We gonna
We
see a
will.
whole different fight.
The golden questions to ask some of these dudes who's always talking that nonsense. Just ask them, do you think the glove will look like that in the third fight? Simple yes or no.
Oh man, they gonna be watching them gloves like Nassim Richardson watching Margarito's gloves, watching his raps. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? They gonna be watching them, bro. I mean, there's no question. Fury don't want no part of this fight, man. He's gonna continue to try to find his way to weasel out of it if he hasn't already. You know, he's supposed to be fighting in the UK, but I'm hearing that the UK is going on a lockdown.
How is he
So
gonna how is he gonna fight in the UK? I thought he relinquished his license to fight due to the investigation. That's the last news I heard. That he relinquished his license to fight in the UK, so the
exactly.
UK can no longer pursue uh, uh, that investigation they had with the
With the
farmer.
board. Yeah, yeah. But see, look, Tyson Fury, what he did, he ran to America, said, I'm American now, and all this other stuff. I'm not fighting
Singing
in the UK.
Aerosmith and shit.
Yeah, and then, you know what I'm saying, he does some bogus stuff here, and he tries to run back home now. Oh, I'm coming back home. And everybody welcome him with open arms, not realizing this dude's probably the biggest con man bullshitter in the world. You know what I'm saying? He knows that he can manipulate the fans and the media, and they're going to believe everything he say. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to continue to say Wilder just making excuses.
It's
They're
like
not going to.
that's the only that's how they try to debunk it. They just say, "Oh, Wilder's crazy" or "He's delusional." They don't say, "Oh yeah, I seen a fighter get his head in this last year," or "Yeah, I seen somebody glove look like that in this fight in 2018."
Right.
They pulling up pictures from 1967 and shit, talking about some. Yeah, look at this, look at this.
Man, come on. It was totally different how the gloves was engineered back then. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
I told
Tyson,
the dude, I said, man, I'll stop talking about this whole Wilder Fury situation if you show me a fight from 2010 to 2020 where somebody's head get indented from a boxing glove.
Carlos Ramirez said he whooped Wilder ass. Yeah, well, do it again then. If he beat his ass, go do it again then. Now that we watching him, you know what I'm saying, Carlos? Tell him to do it again. Call Tyson. Tell Tyson Fury, go on social media and say get rid of Bomb Squad once for all, so his fans can disappear. Do that.
I seen a post. I don't know if Wilder said this, but I think he said it that he wants to send they basically he's sending a warning to Fury, basically saying that hey, your family should basically start a GoFundMe or get your funeral ready.
Oh yeah. Wilder said
Did
that
he said that?
that he's gonna sue Fury. I mean, Fury's gonna pretty much lose everything he got. You know what I'm saying? If he don't follow through with this rematch, basically, he's gonna lose everything he got.
Fury
You know what
gonna
I'm
kill
saying?
himself on some mental health shit if he don't if he get convicted for this
And
shit, dude.
that's one of the biggest cop outs. Oh, mental health. Imagine if what Deontay Wilder said. Oh, I went through some mental health issues. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't even give him the benefit of the doubt. He wouldn't
They
be
were like,
broadcasted as an advocate for mental health. You know what I'm saying? They'll be laughing at him. Oh, he's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
for sure, for sure. Let me step out real quick and then I'm gonna hop back on real
Okay.
fast.
Okay. You says how the ref JD's and the commission in on it. I'm not sure about JD's, but if the commission signed off on it, then you know what I'm saying. Why did Fury cut off the cameras? Because if I'm not mistaken, he put a towel or he turned the camera off. You know what I'm saying during a broadcast when he was in his locker room. Why is there funny stuff going on like that? Nobody has nobody has answers for these things. Yeah, it don't matter if his hands was wrapped. This is something that this is a professional at what he do. You know what I'm saying? This guy's a professional at what he do. You know what I'm saying? We've been hearing. It's not like this is a wild accusation against a guy who never had a history of doing anything underhanded before. This is not one of those situations. You know what I'm saying? Explain why is his gloves moving around so much? Nobody can give me these answers. Nobody can give me these answers as to why is this man gloves flopping around. They say, oh, he's delusional. Oh, the commissioner, they might be in on it too then.
You know what the
what I'm
dude
saying?
told? You know what the dude told me on my dude Jalik's show? He said, why would somebody want to go into a third fight when they can just sue and just make all this money from suing? Why would he go in there and risk the chance of fighting a cheater again in the third fight? That's what the dude told me.
Why would he? Because
Yeah, why
Wilder
would he?
Wilder don't. Come on, man. We hear what this dude be saying. I draw
Just
my sword. I'm ready to die by it. You know what I'm saying? He really means that shit. You know what I'm saying? He really means that he's willing to die in the ring. If he's willing to kill, he's willing to die.
I think
You know what
Wilder
I'm
will.
saying?
Man, if Wilder fight Fury
That's a
in the third
dangerous.
fight,
That's a dangerous opponent right there. A guy that's willing to die. You know
I
what I'm
think
saying?
Wilder might get that body on this record if they get that third fight.
Man, he might, bro. He might.
Seriously.
He says, "Where's the toxicology report?" I mean, first y'all was asking, "Where is Wilder?" You know what I'm saying? Why he ain't say nothing about these rumors that the fans and all these other people around him is talking about? He came out and said it, the same thing that I expected him to say. And now you talking about a toxicology report, bro?
And you know what's crazy? It's not like Wilder lost the fight and then was like, oh man, it was somebody cheating. He cheated. It was somebody brought it to his attention that Fury cheated. That's the crazy part. You know? And it's not like he wants to fight him again. How can you be mad at a man who accused somebody of cheating and said, hey, I want to fight you again?
Yeah, because he won a fair, clean fight this time. You know what I'm saying? And now he knows that Fury, deep down, Fury feels that he can't really beat this dude without using some type of tricks.
Because he can't use a trick. And then I feel like Fury's mental will be so much distracted because he'll just be thinking about all these accusations and people wanting him to perform well. And he gonna fold under pressure. And in that millisecond of him folding, Wilder's right hand is gonna land and send that nigga to the upper room.
Bro, I'm telling you,
Seriously.
Tyson Fury. Now, me thinking how a man will feel if he knows he done something wrong to somebody that had good intentions for him, right? Let's just say me, right? Me and you cool. You know what I'm saying? You helped me get back on. You know what I'm saying? You gave me a great opportunity.
True.
And then I come in there with some intentions to do some foul shit to you. You know what I'm saying? And now you come out to the world and say, hey, man, that wasn't right. And we see evidence and videos and footage. You know what I'm saying? Tyson Fury, if he has any type of humanity, he has to be feeling terrible. You know what I'm saying?
He don't. And I don't. I come on now. I understand that, you know, when you're thinking about a situation like this, you expect somebody to have the same emotion as you. Like, yeah, why would you do something like that? You want to come out and, you know, say something. But Fury, he don't care, man. He licked this man's blood. You know how vile you gotta be?
Ain't it?
How moralist you gotta be? How disgusting to lick a man's blood, like after doing something like this to him. Like, yeah, I just beat you in front of all these people.
And you know what Wilder was saying? They racist. He was saying Wilder was just letting it out on him. He was calling them racist and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't pulling no punches on these dudes. He said, "I hope he burn in hell." And then I will spit on his tombstone. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, you put a fucking
Wilder's
dent in my head. You put a dent in my head.
Right.
I don't even know, bro.
Now let me ask the people real quick. Explain how that Wilder had a lump in his head. Lumps down his back of his head, down his spine. Explain that. When a guy like Deontay Wilder, who's probably the most monstrous puncher in boxing, could never dent nobody's skull or nothing crazy like that. How did a guy who can't bust a grape dent somebody's skull? You know what I'm saying?
Before the fight with Fury versus Wilder, they did a report on Wilder's punching power. They said he has enough power to crush somebody's skull. Something like that. They didn't say he had enough power to indent somebody's head. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. You can't just indent someone's head with a boxing glove.
Right, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy how people trying to put this on Tank and deflect. You heard what Eddie Hearn said. Instead of addressing the real problem, he gonna say something about Wilder not fighting AJ. Instead of addressing the real issue at hand.
It's
You know what
he
I'm
did
saying?
that.
Why are we even talking about Glovegate in the first place, bro? I'm not one of these guys, you know what I'm saying, who would stress this if I didn't feel it was true. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what I saw. I can't deny the fact that this dude's gloves was just flopping all over the ring. You know what I'm saying? That it looked like he had no padding in the gloves. The actual fight itself wasn't really a boxing match if you go back and watch it. You know what I'm saying? He was putting him in the headlock, guillotine headlocks, and leaning on him and rabbit punching him. Like he rabbit punched him like 12, 21 times or something crazy like that. Right in the back of the head.
Let's keep it
You know what
real.
I'm saying?
With Fury being this WBC champion now, do you feel like he has the aura of a respected champion? That a
No,
respected
no.
champion
You know
usually
what, bro?
has.
I'm glad you brought that up, bro, because I was just thinking. Back when Wilder was champion, right? Just think about how it felt. Like it just felt more exciting. You know what I'm
Like
saying? But
Muhammad
now,
Ali,
you know what I'm saying?
Mu-
Yeah. But now with
Muhammad
Tyson
Ali stood
Fury,
on coming.
he don't have that kind of, even though he's real, he has the gift of gab, he's charismatic, he don't have that aura like Wilder does. And it's boring. And then he goes into hiding because he knows he be doing dirty shit. So we
So
don't really see the dude. Like, come on, man. Like,
he has it. He has it on his comment section where it's limited commenting. Like everybody
yeah,
can't
because he
comment
know
certain.
because he know people like us to come on there and ask him what's up with them gloves. They don't have no real answers for it yet. They
There's
just say we're
no real
crazy,
answer.
we're delusional. Bro, we're fans, we're fight fans, we're real fans. And we want answers to that bullshit.
Dude's been watching boxing since 1965 and shit. They don't look like that. Seriously, my pops, he's in his 50s. He said, man, I seen that fight with Wilder versus Fury. He paid for that fight. We was watching at his house. He's
Mm-hmm.
watching it. He like, okay, yeah, Fury put it on. He said Wilder need to do this and this next time, right? He was really thinking like, yeah, Fury to put it on him. That news came out, and I showed him on Dante's page. He seen that
Mm-hmm.
shit. He said, man, that shit right there, Fury cheated that man out. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? It was no bias or nothing. He was literally saying like, yeah, y'all, because I used to brag to my pops. I was like, yeah, pops, Wilder, you cold, you can do this, you can do that. My pops like, yeah, let's see. Then when Fury beat him, he like, yeah, you see your boy Wilder, he need to work on this and that. So he was being fair. He was,
Mm-hmm.
being totally fair. And then when I showed him that video, he seen gloves, he seen it for his own eyes. Grown ass man in his 50s. He said, man, that boy Fury cheated that man. Straight up and down.
Yeah, man. I mean, me and my mom talk boxing all the time. And you know what I'm saying? I showed her the footage and she was like, wow. Because initially she thought Wilder got his butt kicked, right? But I showed her the footage, you know what I'm saying, of the clips and the things that, what really happened. And now it comes into perspective for her. She's like, wow. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So
sir.
your average fan is gonna think Wilder's crazy or delusional, and he just making an excuse for him getting his butt kicked, right? But it's up to people like us to tell them the truth. Like, hey, this is what really happened. You watch this and you tell me what you see, and explain it to me. How is it possible? Now, mind you,
What's the
this is
cost?
a guy who can't punch. He's not known as a puncher. You know what I'm saying? You got
He
referees talking about he's the dirtiest fighter I ever seen in the past 24 years of my career as a ref. You got referees saying that. And Steve Cunningham fight said he's the dirtiest fighter he's ever seen.
he
Like,
said
come
he was
on,
the
man.
dirtiest. He said
Bro,
he
I
was the
got the
dirtiest
video.
fighter he ever seen.
I got the
Wow.
video. He said he's the dirtiest fighter he's ever seen. He said he ref 3 of Andrew Galata's fights. If you know who, I don't know if you're old enough, but if you remember Andrew Galata is, he was a pretty dirty fighter. Low blow king.
I
You know what
heard
I'm
about
saying?
it. I heard about it.
Yeah, him. He
But
said he ref 3 of his fights, and Fury was the dirtiest he's ever seen.
can you hear me just right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so I yesterday I was having a debate with this guy, And I told him yesterday, I said, man, let's do a little scenario. Let's say that you were the district attorney and I was a prosecutor trying to present a case to you. The Tyson Fury is a cheater and he cheated against Deontay Wilder case, right?
Mhm.
And let's
Mhm.
say I told him I'll start off with this. Fury, this is a fact. Fury lied and said that an old man sold him a uncastrated boar,
Mhm.
right? And he ate this boar and it had tracings of this chemical that is known as a performance enhancing drug, right? That's a fact. That's one point
Right.
right there. Second point is, and I don't know, he said he fought Christian Hammer when he got
Yeah.
caught with the little bending glove. That was
Mhm.
a situation right there that's on video that we can see that something faulty was happening with glove. You may not know exactly what it is, but something faulty was with his glove, right? That's one point.
Yeah. Right.
Third point is Fury sparring partner prior to the Wilder fight says, "Hey man, this guy Fury, he did something strange in sparring. And he has video image, egg weight, and all this bullshit. He has no affiliation. Like I'm just pretending to be a prosecutor. Let's say we check his whole background. He has no affiliation with the Bronze Squad, none of that. The most thing he probably has is a follow from Deontay Wilder, a following him on Instagram, social media, or whatever. So right, that's one point. And then you go into the points where the fight happens. After the fight, you see the pictures, the real illustration, the real pictures from the photographer himself,
Mhm.
right? That's been up since, since the fight happened. Months later, Wilder's brother says, "Hey, my brother had his brother, these dudes country folks, they may not know medical terminology as well. So he said autopsy, but I'm assuming his brother had an MRI, right?
Mhm.
And saw that, he had a dent in his head. And the doctor said it happened from a blunt object. And if that statement's not true, you can go check the doctor right there and ask him, right? Simple as
Yep.
that. Now, if you're a DA and I brought all those points to you, would you at least want to call for an investigation? Or would you just dismiss my case?
They'll have to follow through with it, man.
You'll fall
You know what
through
I'm
with it.
saying? Yeah.
Exactly, right? The dude told me,
Mhm.
nah, he said Nicholas Asbury, he could be lying, so I'll dismiss that. He said, Fury cheating against Vlad using Neanderthal, whatever that substance is, it has no relevance to him cheating against Wilder. That's what he told me. And I
Man.
was trying to tell him, like, man, it is relevance because if you can cheat in the ring before, what makes it unbelievable that you can cheat in the ring again?
Right. Here, do want me to play that clip? I'm gonna play the clip. I don't want to show it, but you can hear it. Let me get it.
Which clip?
Hold up.
The,
You hear it?
yeah, I heard it.
Okay.
Tito Garcia, BoxingSocialist.com. What's up? All right. What can you tell me about Tyson Fury's antics in the ring tonight? Running around, you were talking to him a lot. What were you telling him?
Well, I won them several times. I took a point, and in my 24 years as a pro wrestler, he's one of the 30 fighters I've had.
That's your quote right now. Tyson Fury's one of the dirtiest fighters you've ever seen in your 24 years as a pro. What were you saying to his corner? I saw you arguing with his corner all night. It got pretty heated.
Arguing with him. What happened was the corner man came to me and said that he thought that I was favoring Cunningham because he says, "What's my problem?" I said, "No."
Well, you guys were arguing pretty hard throughout the fight.
No, we weren't arguing. We just were doing a little discussion.
What about the point you took away?
Well, the point I took away was for numerous violations: elbow, headbutting, shoulder.
So again, that's your quote. Tyson Fury is the dirtiest fighter you've ever seen in the history of your 24 career.
Of the fights that I've had.
That fight that you've had.
And I had Andrew Blada 3 times. Quote that.
All right, quote it.
Oh, damn.
BoxingSocialist.com. Tito Garcia.
Well, you heard it, right? You know what I'm saying? Live. You
If I
heard it.
was if I was the prosecutor, I'd be like, let's bring this referee to the stand.
Now this is a referee from the Steve Cunningham fight. Tyson
Oh,
Fury
damn.
held him and hit him in the back of the head. And, you know what I'm saying? He multiple violations he said. You heard him. what I'm saying? This was back then.
He a vet now.
Oh man, he's a master at manipulating boxing, bro. And long as the fans continue to downplay Wilder and call him delusional, he's gonna continue to get away with the shit. He
And
may get away with it.
he's doing this in the perfect country to do it. Where they love Fury, but they don't really love him like that. They just love his complexion and the fact he's able to sing Aerosmith live.
Bro, they glad he beat Wilder, bro. You gotta remember,
Yep.
Fury really had no fans. His fight with Vladimir Klitschko is one of the boringest fights in the history of the universe. You know what I'm saying? He had no fans. AJ had all the juice in the UK. Once AJ lost, once AJ showed that he's Black Lives, right? They hopped off the bandwagon and started supporting Tyson Fury more. Plus, he gave Wilder a fight. You know what I'm saying? He got a draw with Wilder. He was supposed to be the guy to beat Wilder. You know what I'm saying? So they hopped on his bandwagon. They're not real fans. They're just glad he beat Wilder. They don't care how he did it. They don't care. They just as long as Wilder's out the way.
As long as
He said
Wilder's
Fury
out
would
the way.
show levels against AJ. Levels to this game. No, he won't. AJ will knock Fury to the moon. Because he won't be able to play these had these little games and had, get with the gloves and in the locker rooms and all that. He won't be able to do none of that. We watching it. And according to a lot of people, and what it is says here, that AJ team, and they already know what's up. So undefeated, unbeaten, never been knocked down. Never been knocked out. He got knocked out in the first Wilder fight, but we'll let him get that. Jack Reese woke him up and shit, but we'll let him get that.
And what did Jack Reese say at the end of the fight? He interviewed him. He gave some hallmark ass response. I did it for the culture of boxing.
Yeah.
What?
Nah, we know what it really is, bro.
So what'd you do for Tony Harrison? He told that Negro to get lost. That's what I told him. To get lost.
Ain't it? Ain't it?
Seriously.
It don't matter if Fury's 6'9" and AJ's 6'7", dude. What does that got to do with anything, bro? Yeah, they switched it up on AJ once they seen that he was a black guy. You know what I'm saying? They switched it up on AJ.
Showed his true colors.
They once AJ showed that he's down for the cause and he don't like it, they didn't like it.
I posted that in my group a long time ago. I said, man, I told my dude Hakeem, I said, man, I told you if AJ was to say he supports so and so or he just goes full radical, all his fans or his hardcore fans will start looking at him real side eye.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't believe me. Now that we see it now. And I showed him the comparable. I'm like, look what I'm talking about, this Black Lives stuff now. Now they looking real crazy.
He said
and
now UK guys think Usyk beats Wilder. Usyk beats Wilder. Are you kidding me? He barely beats Chisora, bro. And I like Usyk, but he barely, bro. No, Usyk's gonna have a very hard time with the top heavyweights, the big punches, the guys that can.
Put Usyk in there with Ortiz, since Ortiz so old, right?
Man, Ortiz ain't gonna never have another fight again, man. He's lucky that we had a Deontay Wilder in this era, or he would never got a big payday, bro.
What you think Usyk will fight? You think Usyk will fight Ortiz?
No, hell no. I'm saying that Ortiz is lucky that there's a Deontay Wilder in this era, because otherwise he would never even had a shot and make a big payday or nothing.
Yeah, because that's somebody. That's like Wilder versus Ortiz is like how can I compare it to? It was kind of like what's his name? A cruiserweight fight. It was Holyfield versus what's his name? Muhammad, what's his name? Muhammad or something like that.
Yeah.
It was like something like that, like a youngster fighting the old school dude that's a slug. Like what I'm saying, he got skills and he can bring it to you, and he ain't gonna let no dude just take him out, like that. Right. It was like a fight like that to me. To be honest.
You talking about the Usyk and Chisora fight?
No. I'm talking about the Wilder Ortiz.
Oh,
I'm comparing the two. I'm saying because it was a younger dude fighting an older brother, and the older dude was really trying to put it on the young dude, and the young dude showed heart, and he overcame. That's
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying. That fight is like Ortiz versus Wilder is like Holyfield versus Muhammad.
Dwight. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, Ortiz is lucky, man, because I think he fight this weekend. He fight. I
he
think
do.
it's a PBC heavyweight card. He fights this weekend. You said Ricardo Mayorga, Antonio Mayorga are probably the dirtiest fighters. Yeah, dirtiest fighters that we know of and got caught and shit.
Yeah. Oh, let me get
You know
on
what I'm
this real
saying?
quick.
The dirtiest fighters that we know got caught. Yeah, Broner got locked up again, man. I just heard. Yeah, he got locked up again, man. I don't know what he did, but I did see something from his social media this morning that he was showing all the expenses that he's been spending. From he's just AB. I like AB, but he be doing some ignorant shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he's showing all the things he spent like in the past few years or something, and then he said something about he got to go to court, and I guess he got locked up. So I don't. I've been on here, so I don't know the exact details. He about to fight Ruiz next year. You saw about Luis Ortiz? Hey, that's a good fight. That's a real good fight, man. Ruiz versus Ortiz. Actually, I think that's a fight that should have happened already. But maybe Andy Ruiz wants to get more time under Eddie Reynoso, because I think that's who he's training with now. He went to Teddy Atlas. That probably didn't work out. Teddy was probably too strict. Then he went to Eddie Reynoso. I think that's a better fit for him. But we'll see, man. Andy Ruiz got to be more disciplined. He's not. He's too much for him. But we got to see. Haney versus. I think Haney should win that fight. Now, when we talking Haney Gamboa, we already know that Haney's likely to win that fight. So what we got to do is judge Haney's performance and be critical, be strict. You know what I'm saying? Because we already know we don't really want to see you fight him. I would have rather seen Haney fight Fortuna. You know what I'm saying? I think Haney versus Fortuna would have been a better fight for him, since we just I mean, I'm not mad at Gamboa for getting his paydays, but um, I would like to see them fight Fortuna, a younger guy, a guy that's going to really give them a tough fight. We already know he's going to beat Gamboa. You said stoppage? That's tough to say. I think Devin Haney is going to try to go for the stoppage, man. Because
Versus
he's going to,
Gamboa,
yeah, because
he
he's going
has
to
to
want to try
get
to
the
show out on
stoppage.
Tank.
Yeah, he has to get the stoppage.
Mm.
Most definitely.
Go.
And that's gonna be funny because what if he try to go in there and get the stoppage and Gamboa just put it on his ass?
Wait, Fury responds to Wilder with no silence. Fury responds to Wilder breaking silence with no words. Saying, "Oh, okay, he ain't okay." So basically, he's man, these titles, bro. That's too clickbaitish, Blue Blood. You know what I'm saying? We all know Fury didn't respond. That's pretty much what my live is about right now. Where you at, Fury? Why you ain't answering to this? You know what I'm saying? I think boxing fans, even if these people hate Wilder, if you're a real boxing fan, there shouldn't be a group of people claiming that this guy's cheating. Why are we even talking about this? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Y'all need to put his feet to the fire, man. I get it. You hate Wilder. And if this is Wilder, I'll put his feet to the fire because it ain't right. It simply just ain't right. It's already a dangerous sport. We saw what happened to Leo. Thank God he's okay. You know what I'm saying?
Man. I just
Yeah, he
want to
trying
see
to.
that third fight. All this drama going on, that lets us know that third fight gonna do 1,000,000 views, 1,000,000 eyes. I mean,
Oh my God, that's gonna be a huge fight. So my thing, I'm hearing this. I heard this too, that the Aram owes Fury some money, and that's why they trying to get him a little fight in between. You know what I'm saying? But the big money fight is with Wilder. So you know what I'm saying? Why not go for that? If he's a Dasa, if he's a bum, if he's no match for you, go do it again then. If you big and bad, right? You know what I'm saying? The heavyweight divisions, they all throughout history, they all fought each other more than once, more than likely. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they was top guys. They fought each other several times. Ali fought, you know what I'm saying? Come on. Go do it again if you big and bad, Tyson. I don't think he really want to do that. You know what I'm saying? You feel me, boxing learner? You know what I'm saying? If you big and bad, do it again. And HVAC says Fury came up in the European cheating system. Man, it's incredible, man. Joshua never made it in America. Well, he needs to be trying to come back here and redeem himself. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be. I grown to like AJ, right? But you got to come here and conquer America, bro. You got to come here and get your first win over here, dude. You can't just be an overseas guy. You know what I'm saying? To be a world champion, you have to fight in America, bro. Tyson did it. I give him that. At least he came here and fought. Even if he did have some bad intentions, he came here and fought. Just like Kell Brook. You know what I'm saying? I respect Kell Brook. He always comes over here by himself, solo dolo, looking for smoke. He pulled up on Spence trying to get a rematch. He pulled up on Bud, tried to get a fight. You know what I'm saying? And now he's coming out here again, solo dolo, like he did against Sean Porter. So I got a lot of respect for guys like Kell Brook and even Amir Khan. You know what I'm saying? He be getting knocked out and shit, but I mean, he'll get in the ring with your ass. You know what I'm saying? Except for Kell Brook. For whatever reason, he don't want to fight Kell Brook. I don't understand that. Yeah, what it is, you're right. Wilder Fury 3 is bigger than I think that's bigger than the AJ fight because of the Glovegate and all the other stuff surrounding it. That's like an added storyline to the third fight. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of money in this fight now. Because now they had an extra storyline rather than Fury just going up in there in a rubber match and the storyline being that he's likely going to beat Wilder again. Now we have this Glovegate accusation against him, you know, so it makes it a little bit more interesting. It's like it's a big storyline behind it. He'll be stupid not to take that third fight, really, especially if he's really innocent. I mean, if you're really innocent, what do you got to hide from? You know what I'm saying? Why are you trying to get away from this fight? That's my thing. Why are you trying to get away from this fight if you're innocent, bro? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. They did whatever they took to get that belt from Wilder, man. It's crazy. And it's not like, you know, I used to like Fury a lot. I gave him a lot of credit for the win and everything. A shit ton of credit, and I really meant it. But once that Canadian dude came out with that video, and I already knew about Fury's underhanded tactics and shit, his cheating shit, but it didn't get brought out like that until after the Canadian guy came out with that video on YouTube showing that Tyson Fury cheated in the first fight. You know what I'm saying? Then it led a wildfire to the second fight. Then people started looking at his stuff in the second fight, and then they went to Grzinski's website, and then, you know, he shut the website down, and, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of funny shit going on, and if you're innocent, you should have been addressed this a long time ago. Truthfully. Oh, bullshit and all that. No, that's not a good answer, bro. That's not good enough. Explain why your gloves is being manipulated. When he knocked you down, you could clearly see his fist and the wrist part where the laces is at. There's footage and pictures of it all over the internet. Crazy, man. And how do you develop power overnight, bro? It don't happen. Either you got it or you don't. You know what I'm saying? You can learn the proper technique to generate more power, but Tyson Fury was a guy who really don't sit on his punches anyway. He's on his back foot, wrestling and dazzling, you know, showboating and stuff. He's not really putting weight on his shots. In order for a guy like him to do that, he'll have to change his whole. It wouldn't work out for him. Tyson Fury, his style is that way for a reason. You know what I'm saying? He's not a puncher. He's never been one. You know what I'm saying? Then overnight, he's knocking out one of the strongest fighters in the world, knocking them all over the ring. Explain how is that possible? You can't develop power overnight. Oh, I dip my hands in some petroleum and flames. Dip my hand in petroleum and flames. He was getting the people ready for what he was about to do. So he was going to put these narratives out there so people would think he was doing this, that, and the third in camp. When he was really plotting and planning. And they took it in the time from the second fight, the time from the first fight to the second fight, he had those two fights in between. And those two fights was the fights that he used to get his practice on. He went in there against lower opposition. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody cares, right? You know what I'm saying? Nobody cares about no Otto Wallin and the other guy he fought. I forgot Shifat or Safari, whatever his name was. Nobody knows these guys. Who are these guys, right? Otto Wallin showed up and showed out, though. But why take those type of fights in between? Why even waste time? Why not just go right for the gusto? Because you need to have a plan going into that third fight, Wilder. You needed two tune-ups in between. For what? In the meantime, Wilder fought Dominic Breazeale, a top heavyweight. Whether you love him or hate him, whether you rate him high, rate him low, he's a top heavyweight. And then he fought Luis Ortiz again. You know what I'm saying? So it just doesn't. It's not adding up. None of this shit is adding up with Tyson Fury. We need some answers. This shit with Tank Davis got debunked. WBC took down what they said about Tank Davis or something like that. They own some funny style stuff. When you guys leave this live, you'll go out and you'll see it on the airwaves. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of funny style stuff going on, man. We all need to pay attention. You know what I'm saying? We boxing fans, we got a voice on here, and we need to speak out against some bullshit, man. We can't let shit like this ride. We shouldn't even be talking about any glove gates at all. But I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. Subscribe to the video. I'm not good at this stuff. Yeah, like the video, man. Like the video. All that good stuff, man. I appreciate you guys from checking in. Even if you believe what I got to say, or if you don't, I appreciate you guys rocking with me for all this time, man. Much love to you guys, all of you. Peace out.